everybody, Amrita Civil Services Education Programmലേക്ക് ഏവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം. ഒരു സിവിൽ സർവീസസിന്റെ ഫൈനൽ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ എങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കുമെന്ന് നമുക്ക് പലർക്കും ഒരുപക്ഷെ അറിയണ്ടാവില്ല. സിവിൽ സർവീസസ് മനസ്സിൽ കാണുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സ്വപ്നമായി കാണുന്ന നിങ്ങളിൽ പലർക്കും വളരെ യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആൻഡ് വളരെ സഹായകരമാകുന്ന രീതിയിലാണ് ഈ ഒരു ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ബോർഡിനെ ഒരുക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. വളരെ എമിനന്റ് ആയ പേഴ്സണാലിറ്റീസ് ഉള്ള ഒരു ശരിക്കും ഡൽഹിയിലെ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ബോർഡ് എങ്ങനെ ഇരിക്കും എന്നതിന്റെ ഒരു മിനിയേച്ചർ വേർഷൻ തന്നെയാണ് ഇവിടെ അവർക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇന്നത്തെ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ പാനൽ ചെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത് അംബാസഡർ ടി.പി. ശ്രീനിവാസൻ സർ, currently Executive Vice Chairman of Kerala State Higher Education Council, Ms. Jaya Chandrasekhar, an English communication skill expert and professional trainer, Shri Rishi Raj Singh, IPS, Chief Vigilance Officer, KACB, Dr. K. Ampadi, IIS, Managing Director, Kerala State Coastal Area Development Corporation Limited, N. Prashant, IAS, District Collector, Calicut. Hi Vivek.
Hi.
So how do you feel now?
I think I will get something from the interview.
Definitely yes. അപ്പം സിവിൽ സർവീസിൻ്റെ രണ്ട് ഘട്ടങ്ങൾ തീർന്നേക്കാണ്, പ്രിലിംസ് ആൻഡ് മെയിൻസ്. സോ ഗെറ്റിംഗ് 1 inch closer to that final destination അല്ലേ? So tell me about this Vivek. എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ സിവിൽ സർവീസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ഡ്രീം മനസ്സിലേക്ക് വന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ്? സോ ഡിഡ് സംബഡി ഇൻസ്പയർ യു ടു ദിസ്, അതോ സ്വന്തമായിട്ട് തന്നെ തോന്നിയതാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ പ്രസ്റ്റീജിയസ് ആയ ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു ടൈറ്റിൽ വേണം?
രണ്ടുമുണ്ട്, സ്വന്തമായിട്ടും തോന്നിയിട്ടുണ്ട്, ബാക്കിയുള്ളവർ പറഞ്ഞും ഇൻസ്പയർഡ് ആയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
ശരി. സോ വിവേക്, ഇത് പറയൂ, എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ സിവിൽ സർവീസ് ആണ് വേണ്ടത് എന്ന് മനസ്സിൽ തോന്നിയ സമയത്ത് എങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയാണ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്ത് തുടങ്ങിയത് അതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്? ഇതിപ്പോൾ എത്രാമത്തെ അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആണ്?
തേർഡ് അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആണ്. സെക്കൻഡ് അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആണ്.
ഇന്റർവ്യൂ വരെ എത്തി സെക്കൻഡ് അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ. സോ എങ്ങനെയാണ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്തത് സിവിൽ സർവീസിന് വേണ്ടി?
കൊച്ചിലെ തൊട്ട് ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്ത് തുടങ്ങിയത് ഫസ്റ്റ് ടൈം തന്നെ ട്രൈ ടു അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ആ സമയത്താണ് പ്രിപ്പയർ ചെയ്യാൻ തുടങ്ങിയത്. ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ ന്യൂസ് പേപ്പേഴ്സ് ഒക്കെ റീഡ് ചെയ്യുമായിരുന്നു.
ഓക്കെ. സോ ഏറ്റവും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളത് ന്യൂസ് പേപ്പേഴ്സ് ആണോ മെയിൻ ആയിട്ടും അല്ലേ? അൺഡൗട്ടഡ്ലി അതാണ്. ഏത് ന്യൂസ് പേപ്പർ ആയിരുന്നു വായിക്കുന്നത്? ഹിന്ദു ആയിരുന്നു. ഓക്കെ, ശരി. ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് ഡു യു തിങ്ക് ഇസ് യുവർ ബിഗ്ഗസ്റ്റ് സ്ട്രെങ്ത് വിച്ച് വിൽ ഹെൽപ്പ് യു ഗെറ്റ് ത്രൂ ഓർ ക്രാക്ക് സിവിൽ സർവീസസ്?
ഐ എം quite fast, I think.
You're quite fast, quite quick in thoughts as well, like thoughts and actions.
Thoughts, action as well as studies.
And studies.
I should have done better in the exam, then only I can get through, irrespective of my marks in the interview.
All right. Okay. And weakness ആയിട്ട് തോന്നുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യം?
The same thing. എഴുതിയിട്ടുള്ള പേപ്പർ എൻ്റെ മുഴുവൻ സാറ്റിസ്ഫാക്ഷൻ കിട്ടിയിട്ടില്ല, എസ്പെഷ്യലി ഓപ്ഷണൽ. സോ എന്നേക്കാൾ നന്നായി ചെയ്ത ആൾക്കാരുണ്ടാവും.
ഓൾ റൈറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ശരി. സോ വിവേക്, ഇതിപ്പോൾ അറിയാലോ, നമ്മുടെ ഒരു അമൃത ഒരുക്കുന്ന ഒരു സിവിൽ സർവീസ് ആസ്പിറൻസിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ സെഷനാണ് ഇത്. മെയിൻ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ പോലെ ആണോ എന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾക്കറിയില്ല, പക്ഷേ ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി അതുപോലത്തെ ഒരു ഫീൽ തന്നെ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് നിങ്ങൾ അതിനുവേണ്ടി പരിശീലിപ്പിക്കുന്ന വിധത്തിലാണ് ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. സോ വാട്ട് ഡു യു എക്സ്പെക്ട് ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് ദിസ് ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ? എന്തായിരിക്കും, വാട്ട് ഇസ് യുവർ എക്സ്പെക്ടേഷൻ വെൻ യു ആർ അബൌട്ട് ടു ഗെറ്റ് ഇൻ ടു ദാറ്റ് ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ റൂം?
നമ്മൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും വീക്ക്നെസ് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് പ്രധാനമായിട്ട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. പാനലിന് എന്തെങ്കിലും സജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഐ വിൽ ബി ഏബിൾ ടു കറക്റ്റ് ദാറ്റ്. നമ്മൾ ഒരു വീക്ക് കൊണ്ട് മൊത്തത്തിൽ ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യാനൊന്നും പറ്റില്ല, പക്ഷേ ചില മൈനർ കറക്ഷൻസ് വിൽ ബി ഏബിൾ ടു മേക്ക്.
അബ്സല്യൂട്ട്ലി. കാരണം പ്രിലിംസ് മെയിൻസ് ഒക്കെ പഠിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ നിന്നും പഠിക്കാം, ബുക്സ് നിന്ന് പഠിക്കാം, ന്യൂസ് പേപ്പർ വായിച്ച് പഠിക്കാം. ഇന്റർവ്യൂ ഇസ് പാർഷ്യലി അബൌട്ട് ലക്ക് ആൻഡ് പാർഷ്യലി അബൌട്ട് യുവർ ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ആൻഡ് ബോഡി ലാംഗ്വേജ്. സോ ഐ വിഷ് യു ഓൾ ദി ബെസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഐ ഹാവ് എ ഫീലിംഗ് യു മൈറ്റ് ബി ഏബിൾ ടു ക്രാക്ക് ഇറ്റ്. അപ്പം വിഷ് യു ഓൾ ദി ബെസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് ഇന്റർവ്യൂ നന്നായി തന്നെ നേരിടുക, കോൺഫിഡൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് തന്നെ നേരിടുക. ഓക്കെ, ഗോഡ് ബ്ലെസ്, ഓൾ ദി ബെസ്റ്റ്.
Come in, Vivek. Please come. Take your seat.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you, sir.
Vivek, tell us something about yourself, very briefly. What makes you fit for the civil service? What is your background?
My name is Vivek Benukopar. I belong to Kottayam. I've been working in ONGC for the last 5 years. I would like to join the civil service in the sense that I think I can achieve my full potential only in civil service, I guess. It gives me a wide variety of challenges and opportunities which I think I will be able to utilize. I can be able to contribute to the society as well as I can achieve my full potential in the civil service, being in the civil service.
But one of the major things that India needs is energy.
Yes,
right? And ONGC is perhaps the most prominent agency in this regard.
Yes, sir.
And to leave it and become a district collector, do you think it's such an attractive proposition?
Yes, sir. I think I can contribute more to the society as well as the nation by being in the civil service. Of course, ONGC is contributing a lot to the nation by being in the energy sector, and we are the most prominent player there. And there are many people in ONGC who can replace me, and it's a highly specialized field. I think people should be in a field where they are more comfortable with, where they can contribute more. I think I'll be more
In
good
other
in
words, you are not comfortable with ONGC. Is that what you are suggesting?
No, sir, I am very happy and proud to be in ONGC, but I think I can do more in a more diversified field.
Which service have you chosen?
Sir, I have given first preference for administrative service.
And the others?
Then
What
it is
order?
IFS, IPS, and IRS.
So why is not IPS your first priority?
Again, sir, I think IS is the service where I will get maximum opportunities, maximum diversity of challenges. So I think I will be more good, and as per my attitude, what I guess is that I will be better. I will be better served. I will be able to better serve the nation by being.
Have you heard of a police officer called Rishi Raj Singh?
Yes, sir. He's here.
So doesn't he do more things, and isn't he known more than many IAS officers in the state?
Yes, sir. It is true that he is more known to any IAS officer in the state. But the thing is that it depends on person to person. I may not be able to do as good as he is doing. Depends on the aptitude of the individual. Some people may be better doing in IPS. Some may be better in diplomatic ways. So he may be better in IFS. I don't know which one I will be better, but I think I may be better in IAS.
So you have taken a decision that IAS you would be more suitable for the IAS.
Yes, sir, that's my guess.
Okay, what are your interests in foreign policy? What area in foreign policy interests you?
So I'm in ONGC, sir, mostly energy and oil geopolitics. I'll be more interested, and I'm more inclined to read those things.
So tell us about the Middle East. Middle East has been very significant.
Yes, sir.
What are your interests in the Middle East as an Indian?
Sir, first of all, India is having a huge diaspora in Middle East. A lot of people are working there, so we're getting huge remittances from there also. Second thing is that the energy scenario, we are having most of our energy is imported. I mean, fossil fuels are imported, and most of our imports are coming from the Middle East states, Gulf countries, as well as all the Middle East states. The problem is that currently there are some instable factors undergoing there in Middle East. Almost all the countries are under crisis. So this scenario is India should make use of this scenario.
How?
We are having a goodwill in all the countries, almost all the countries, irrespective of all the
But
troubles.
is it our interest in the established regimes in the Middle East? They have been stable, but they are authoritarian.
Yes, sir.
But there is also a democratic movement taking place there. Which
Yes,
way should we go?
We should not interfere in the internal affairs, sir, because we need to be more realistic in this matter. We should not be our ideology should not be affecting our policy. Because
But what policy can you have in the Middle East? Let us look at Yemen, for example.
yes, sir.
What could India have done other than bringing the Malayalis back or the Indians back? Could we have done anything else?
Direct interference is not a choice, sir. I think it's not a practical choice, I guess.
No, but we are talking about from the energy perspective.
Yes,
That
sir.
is your priority.
Yes, sir.
So your energy perspective, what is it that you could do or can do now in the future to play a role in the Middle East?
Sir, whichever regime is ruling the state, we should be having a working alliance with them, working relationship with them, in the sense that irrespective of whether it's a monarchy or it's a, we should be preferring democracy in our ideologies, but irrespective of the ruling regime in there, we should be
So
able
for
to.
the sake of oil, we are willing to sacrifice your principle. This is what you are saying.
No, sir, we won't be able to impose our principles there anyway.
No, but you could sympathize when Egypt.
Yeah,
when he
we
was
can sympathize,
overthrown.
sir, but
When he
I
was
don't think.
overthrown, were we concerned? Of course, Egypt has no oil.
Yes, sir.
But were we concerned with democracy in Egypt or stability in Egypt?
Both should be our concern, sir. But in case of stability or democracy, we cannot do much, and it is not right for us to. It is our principle that non-interference. So, for the sake of that principle, we should not interfere there to enforce democracy there or something like that, sir. We should let the people of there itself decide what to do.
Okay, something has happened in the United States recently, a scientific accomplishment, which is going to change the scene in the Middle East. Can you think of that?
It's a shale revolution, sir, you are referring
Right.
to. So the Americas are now becoming non-dependent on Middle East anymore. So it's a soon-to-be scenario that they may be exporting the oil. So it's a scenario in which and another impact is that energy prices are coming down. So already come down, and it is likely to be so for the near future. So I think it will be good for India, the shale revolution. And we have to also make use of that technology, and we can also explore our fields. And this will reduce the importance of Middle East for the whole international society.
You just answered. What is the spelling?
I couldn't get it.
Shale.
Shale spelling?
SHALE, sir.
Okay. A name is coming forward in nowadays in the news. Amravati.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It is a proposed capital of the new Andhra Pradesh state, sir. Reorganized Andhra Pradesh state.
Where is it?
It is in the Vijayawada region, I guess, sir. Near to the Vijayawada region.
We just had national games. Which national games they were in the number? First, second, third, 10th, 20th, 30th.
I cannot recollect, sir.
What is calving? It's a geographical term. Calving, C-A-L-V-I-N-G. Something related, okay, I will give you a clue. Something related with global warming.
I don't know, sir.
Why the Prime Minister is somebody, newspapers say Prime Minister is being called for questioning and all. What is the matter?
The former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan.
Sorry, the former Prime Minister.
Yes, sir. He has been being called to question the call allocation scam. So it is said that he has used some.
Who has called him?
The court has summoned him, sir. The Sessions Court, I guess. So he has been called to explain his discretionary use of power. It is said.
Do you think that is? Do you think that is he anyway connected with that?
Sir, as a Minister of Coal at that time, he is somewhere responsible for the actions. He may not be guilty in that, but there is nothing wrong in he going to a court and explaining what happened then.
You mean to say you can call anyone just like that?
Everybody is equal before the law, sir.
No, it's not like that. He has been called under a specific act.
Yes, sir.
What is that act? What is wrong with that act? Government is changing that act.
I cannot recollect the act, sir.
Subhash Chandra Bose's name we are hearing. What is the problem? Why his name is in pictures, in news? Subhash Chandra Bose.
Sir, there has been controversy that the files related to him are not revealed.
Why they are not? Why they should not be revealed? I mean, there is nothing. Even Mahatma Gandhi's files are all revealed. Everybody knows that he was even killed.
I cannot understand, sir, what is the reason nobody is ready to reveal that. Both the earlier governments were also not ready to reveal that. From a citizen's perspective, I
what
think
do
it
you
is.
think those files carry?
It is said that, sir, there may be having some repercussions in our diplomatic relations with some other countries. So our international relation may be affected. It is said. So I'm not sure how much it is actual.
Do you know where his ashes are? Netaji's ashes are preserved. Do you know where they are?
I don't know, sir.
In Tokyo.
Do you seriously think that your TV, day-to-day watching of TV is anyway increasing the knowledge, or whether it is decreasing the values in the traditional system, or is it really providing information, entertainment? In what category do you put?
Sir, I would like to see TV as a positive force only. As like any other development, everything will be having a positive and negative sides. It depends on which we are making use of. So there may be people who may be utilizing it for their knowledge improvement or say getting information. So I would like to better see the positive side of it, sir. Like, TV is a good force, and nowadays I think people are moving away from TV actually.
Nobody is going away. All are glued to
People are going to social network and all. That's what I meant, sir.
It is only you just talked about some youth, not about the other. There are other members in the society also. You mean to say that it is just not destroying any value, in traditional Indian value also?
Sir, it may be imposing some outside values upon us, but it's part of that positives. We have to accept something. So it depends upon us whether we accept that values or whether it is going to impact our values and all those things.
They say that the second time when the Congress came to power, in 2009, the reason was given that in Narega, it is because that was such a fantastic scheme.
Yes, sir.
It brought the sitting government brought again to the power.
Yes, sir.
People say that it drew a lot of people out of poverty, and so it was a good scheme. And so
Yes, sir.
now we see that the whole thing is being going down. The percentage of money which should be spent in Narega have almost made it half. So number one, was the first statement correct? If that was the case, then why the money which is supposed to be given in these activities should be brought down?
Sir, Manrega has been a good scheme so far, but on a long term we cannot rely upon MG and REG.
Is that the reason the money has been cut now?
Maybe there are political reasons also, sir.
No.
There is nothing worse in life than being ordinary. What extraordinary qualities and skills do you bring to the civil service?
I think, ma'am, I'm quite adaptable and a fast learner.
regarding physical fitness.
Yes, ma'am.
That is your passion or your pastime, right? Now, what do you think of physical fitness? You see everyone, regardless of age, into physical fitness.
Yes.
Now, is it a fad? Is it about looking good, or is it actually a necessity? There's a real need for it.
Ma'am, it's not only a fad or about looking good. Actually, our lifestyle is changing. So people are not into that works involving any physical work. People are doing sedentary jobs. So exercise should be a part of their life. Otherwise, they will not be healthy. They will not be able to live healthy for their lifetime, or they will be getting sick or something. So it's a necessity rather than a fad.
Okay, and you feel the sedentary lifestyle has contributed?
Yes, sedentary lifestyle has definitely contributed to the fact that more people are being concerned about the physical fitness.
Okay, right. What is your personal fitness mantra?
Ma'am, I try to find out sometime every day, either going to gym or for a walk. Irrespective of how much busy I am, I try to find out say 1 hour for that. So it brings kind of discipline to my life. So before having a food also, it gets me a feeling that it's kind of junk food adding to my calorie. I have to burn out this. So it brings out some kind of discipline to me. And I also believe that a fit mind resides only in a fit body.
So you do indulge in junk food?
I'm not able to completely avoid that. Very rarely, very occasionally I used to take.
I didn't read the newspaper this morning. Have I missed anything? I didn't read the newspaper this morning.
Yes,
have I missed anything? I mean, is there something you would like to tell me?
I went through the newspaper, ma'am, but I cannot recollect the biggest headline today.
So there
Okay.
There are many important things which are there in today's newspaper.
Anyway, so you say that I haven't really missed anything. Yeah? All
I
right.
cannot think of anything right now.
Neither international nor national. Or so
Nothing
do you
at
take
all.
down notes when you read your newspapers?
Today I couldn't, sir. Actually, I was
But normally you
traveling.
do. Normally you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Now the newspaper, the humble newspaper, is facing stiff competition from the electronic media.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is on to online. What do you feel? Do you feel the newspaper is irreplaceable, or do you think maybe in the near future it will be history?
I don't think, ma'am, it will be replaced or it will be totally eliminated. They may be affected, since that the news we are getting from other media is not as reliable as newspapers are. And the newspapers are given the next morning. So it is giving an in-depth analysis. So irrespective of the number of channels we watch, number of debates we watch, the actual things comes out only in the newspaper the next day. So irrespective of the messages we are getting in Facebook or say social media, they are not reliable. So once it comes in a newspaper, we can trust on that. So that trust, as long as that trust is there, newspapers are not going to be obsolete.
Okay. Which do you personally prefer?
I used to read Hindu.
You used to, no longer?
I used to. I
You
still
do read.
Ah,
You still read the
yeah.
Hindu. Okay, that's it.
Vivek, you must have heard of the Judges Appointment Committee.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the Chief Justice of India has refused to become part of it. What can we do about it?
Sir, the National Judicial Appointments Commission is a positive development, I think, because we need to have some balance in the appointment between the executive and the judiciary. But I think the only concern the judiciary may be having is that their independence may be affected.
So what was my question?
Only thing is that we have to convince them somehow to be part of it and assure them that there won't be any interference from the side of the government.
No, what was my question?
How we can, what we can do about it.
Chief Justice of India has refused to become part of it.
Yeah.
What can we do about that?
We have to convince them somehow, sir. That's what I'm trying to say.
But see, there is an act has been passed. Okay,
Yes,
it's on the statute book now.
Yes,
It's
sir.
there. So can the Chief Justice of India refuse to obey laws? Is he above the law?
Definitely he is not above the law, sir.
So then,
The
why
thing is
should
that
you
there is a-
convince someone? If you are overspeeding, and if it's the Chief Justice, will you go and convince him, sir, please don't overspeed, or will you take action?
Right now, I don't think, sir, we can take any action against him.
Why?
Because now it is important that the judiciary is also taken into confidence, as it is a beginning stage. So it's better in a conciliatory manner if we can convince the judiciary that it is for the better of
No, but
the.
if someone refuses to abide by the law, what is the action?
I
Have you
don't-
heard of Writ of Mandamus?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
It is like mandating someone to perform his duty.
Okay, now if the Chief Justice, he's not functioning as a judge, isn't it? He is administratively functioning. So, if he is refusing to abide by the legal provisions, can't a writ of mandamus be issued against him if you approach the court?
I don't know about the legal this one, sir. But is that possible or not against the judiciary?
It's not against the judiciary, it's against a single person, isn't it? Administrative capacity. You are not sure about it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, you must have heard of this banning of demonstrations on roads,
Yes, sir.
on public pathways. Do you think that's the right thing to do?
As long as it is causing nuisance to the public, it should be banned, sir. Because the protests are taken by only a number of people or a political party. So other people who wish to live their normal life, they are affected. So if they are doing it in a peaceful manner, then it is okay as long as
No,
it's not
but the recent order by the court is to completely, take away the right to demonstrate on roads. You must be aware of that. It's a case
I've
that
heard about
originated in Kerala, it went up to the Supreme Court. So can you take away the right to protest on roads completely?
Sir, right to protest can be allowed as long as it is not causing any public nuisance.
Who regulates that? Who decides what can be permitted?
The concerned authorities, sir. If it is in a district, the collector can decide.
Is there
or the
anything
SP
called
can
the
decide.
Constitution? What does the Constitution say about right to expression, the freedom to express? Which article
it's
do you
Article
see
19(1), sir.
Okay. What are the restrictions that have been provided for?
Should not be affecting the morality of the society as well as international relations. Then should not abet any incite any violence. These are all restricted by Article 19(2).
Okay, so under Article 19(2), does it anywhere say that it should not affect the normal life of others?
Should not normal life in the sense that's part of the right to life and personal liberty.
What about public order?
Yeah, public order also.
Public order is there.
In the Constitution, Article 19(2), I don't think, sir, public order, sir. Right now, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, suppose you are the tourism director of your state, and the government takes a decision to enforce something new, that is 3-star and above will serve only vegetarian food. Okay, how will you go about enforcing it? What will be your strategy?
First of all, we have to promote the benefits of vegetarian food, sir. Like we are facing a lot of diseases, non-communicable diseases and all those things. So we have to bring in the health aspects of that to be more scientifically rational, to seem more scientifically rational to the people who are coming in. So they may also feel that it's good for their health. Rather than being a restriction, it should be promoted.
It's not an awareness campaign. You are the tourism director. You have to enforce it. You have to enforce that 3-star and above category hotels serve only vegetarian food. You have to ensure that there is no meat.
Yes, sir.
So slaughtering, all those aspects, how will you enforce it? How will you enforce that not a single shred of meat enters any of these hotels? Will you put watchmen? What will be your strategy?
There should be some regulation on the hotels itself. Like if they are caught doing some serving some meat or non-vegetarian food, there should be penalties on them. Say hefty penalties depending on the size and the gravity of the offence. So that penalty can be imposed. Then rather than the person who is consuming should be rather spared, I would say. Otherwise, it will be affecting the tourism. So, person who is serving is more responsible because they are aware about the rules here. The tourist who is coming may not be aware about that. So, that hotels may be penalized if it is against the law.
Would you suggest that it should be extended to all hotels, because enforcing it for just 3-star and above would be difficult as a tourism director? You would actually prefer to have it enforced on all hotels, isn't it?
Sir, if the law is for 3-star and above, we cannot enforce it.
No, you can submit a proposal to amend the law. Don't you think that is more practical?
Sir, the 3-star and above may be mostly concerned about the tourists, but the other hotels, the first and 1-star and 2-star or whatever, they may be for the ordinary people of the country, state itself. So they may be inclined to use that.
So their health is not important.
That health thing I told as a measure to not to detract the tourists.
But would you, as tourism director, I think that he is driving at that. What is your priority? Better health for your tourists or more tourists?
No, I don't want to repel the tourists because of this issue.
Yeah,
I want them to come at any
What
cost.
would be your proposal? What is your idea? What will you submit to the government? What do you want to do? What do you want the government to come out with? You can propose something, isn't it?
Yeah, proposal is to, sir, promote the health aspect along with this one, so that the tourists get attracted. Nowadays there are tourists who are interested in naturopathy and all those things. So if we can
Given
bring
a
it
choice, you have three choices of submitting something to the government. You want more forces to enforce this. Anyway, all these 3-star hotels needs to be guarded. You need sufficient people to inspect the kitchens. Okay, you need more staff. That is one choice. Second is to enforce this throughout the state. You need almost all hotels covered, so that enforcement becomes easier. Otherwise, it's very difficult. You need to keep watch on the 3-star and above alone. No? So you need to enforce it throughout. That's the second option. Third option is to withdraw this act. So which one would you?
I would rather withdraw the act.
Oh, why? You told it is healthy. I mean,
Yes, sir. But compared to the other two choices, this is a better option.
you don't want to work.
Not like this.
Can you tell me 3 good points about violence, where violence can be justified?
First, sir, when the state is committing the violence, like to control the
So state-sponsored violence can be
enforced to some extent.
is one. Okay. Second.
Second is against terrorism, and third is to for self-defense.
Okay. Have you heard about Floyd Mayweather?
Mayweather, yes, sir.
Who is he?
He's a boxer in welterweight category.
What is welterweight?
It's a intermediate. I don't remember the exact figure, sir. It is between lightweight and heavyweight.
Okay. Have you heard about betting in the cricket?
Yes, sir.
Do you favor legalizing betting?
Yes, sir. We can legalize the betting. I guess.
Why?
Because there are rules we cannot enforce. So there is nothing wrong in betting as long as the concerned parties are not
Do you
involved.
favor legalizing prostitution?
We can legalize, sir.
Don't you think that will lead to more exploitation? You are actually giving legalization of exploitation of women.
So when we try to legalize that prostitution, we have to make sure that it is properly regulated, so that nobody is like exploited in that way.
So you will have a district prostitution officer, taluk prostitution officer, and you will have an entire bureaucracy for regulating prostitution. Is it?
Not in the sense that I meant to regulate in the sense that we should not penalize that person who is doing prostitution. That's not only meant by legalization. Not like
What is positive about it? What is the good for the society?
prostitution is not good for the society.
Yeah,
But
then why do you want to make it legal?
I want to not to victimize the person who is forced to do the prostitution.
Presently, does the crime victimize the
Personally, I think, sir, only that persons associated with the affected. Like,
obviously? So
So you gave 3 good points about violence. So do you? What is your take on non-violence by our father of nation?
yes, sir. 3 good points about non-violence.
No,
He's willing to
you have given 3 good points about violence.
Yes,
The
sir.
first thing was that state can sponsor violence.
Yes, sir.
So what is your take on the whole concept of non-violence? By
Sir, if everybody can practice non-violence as our father of nation did, so we can spare a lot of resources, a lot of people, and the world will be a better place to live. So,
but if required, then you should be violent.
not, sir. Actually, people are not able to follow that principle. Normal people like us are not able to follow that non-violence as our father of nation did. So, for an imperfect society, we may need imperfect systems like.
Say if you have given a slap on your right cheek, whether you will slap back or you will show your left cheek.
It depends on the person who is slapping, sir.
can you give 3 good points about corruption?
Corruption may help someone to do their work fast.
Okay, that's one.
It may be a source of income for the underpaid government employees or say employees.
Okay.
It mobilizes some resources, sir, rather than keeping at home.
Money,
Money is being
flow
circulated.
actually increases.
Money circulation will
Circulation.
increase.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, have you heard about trick questions in UPSC?
Yes, sir, I have heard about it.
Okay, I'll ask you one of them. I don't know whether they actually ask, but I'll ask you one of them. Suppose it took 8 men 10 days to build a wall. If it is done by 4 men, how long will it take?
As you have said, it's a tricky question. I assume that the wall is already built.
Right. Thank you.
Tell me, interview over the course of the interview, ഏതായിരുന്നു ഏറ്റവും ഒരു ഹൈ പോയിന്റ് ആയിട്ട് തോന്നുന്നത്? Okay, now I think I've impressed them എന്ന് തോന്നിയ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു മൊമെന്റ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നോ?
I could make them laugh.
You could make them laugh.
Not laugh, smile.
Okay, smile. But I heard അവർ കുറച്ച് ലൈവ്ലി ആയിരുന്നു പാനൽ ത്രൂ ഔട്ട് എന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നി കണ്ടപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും.
എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയ ഒരു ഫുൾ ടൈം അറ്റൻഷൻ തരുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
Yeah.
So
So I think that's a part of you engaging the panel. So I think you've done a good job on that. Anyway, what was your weak point over the interview? Every day that oops, I did it wrong.
ചില കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഇത്തിരി ആൻസർ പറയാൻ ഇത്തിരി സമയം എടുത്തു. So
okay, fine. കുറച്ച് pause ചെയ്ത് ആലോചിച്ചിട്ടാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. Okay, so we hope you came across as a thoughtful person to them. So tell me, what is the big lesson that you'll be taking back ഈ ഒരു ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും? ഇനി മെയിൻ ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂ വരുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ, ഇനിയും കുറച്ച് ദിവസങ്ങളുണ്ട്. സോ എന്താണ് ഇതിനകത്ത് പഠിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പാഠം എന്താണ്?
കുറച്ച് ഏരിയാസ് എല്ലാം വർക്ക് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ട്.
Okay.
നമ്മൾ അറിഞ്ഞിരിക്കണമെന്ന് നിർബന്ധമായിട്ടുള്ള കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറയാൻ പറ്റിയില്ല. സോ
Okay.
I mean to work on.
ആ ടൈമിൽ ഒരു കുറച്ചൊരു presence of mind അല്ലേ, അറിയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ.
Also I didn't know actually which I'm supposed to know.
Okay, fine. So tell me, Vivek, how do you rate yourself on 10 on this interview?
7.5.
7.5, good. I think it's the first candidate who's rated 7.5. So anyway, go ahead. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇനിയും നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഇസ് വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയ ഒരു സെഷനാണ്. യു ഷുഡ് നോട്ട് മിസ് ദിസ്. പാനലിൽ അവർക്ക് തോന്നിയ ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക്, ഐ മീൻ എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് തോന്നിയത് എന്നുള്ള പോയിന്റ്സ് ഒക്കെ അവർ പറയുന്നുണ്ടാവും. അതിനകത്ത് പോസിറ്റീവ് ഉണ്ടാവും, നെഗറ്റീവ് ഉണ്ടാവും. ഓക്കെ, തിങ്സ് യു നീഡ് ടു ഇംപ്രൂവ്. സോ ഡോണ്ട് ബി ഡിസ്ഹാർട്ടൻഡ് ബൈ ദിസ്. ഓക്കെ, ഓൺലി ടേക്ക് ഇറ്റ് ആസ് ഗുഡ് ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക്. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് ഇനി വരാൻ പോകുന്ന ഇൻ്റർവ്യൂവിന് കൂടുതൽ സഹായകരമാവുന്ന രീതിയിലുള്ള ഫീഡ്ബാക്ക് ആയിരിക്കും ഇത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ എന്നെ വളരെ പോസിറ്റീവായി എടുക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, ഓൾ ദി ബെസ്റ്റ്. ദെയർ യു ഗോ.
Well, let me tell you your good points. Communication ability is quite good. But the way you communicate, it looks very casual. You know, you don't seem to modulate your language in such a way that the important ones come and, you know, and that is a skill that you have to develop. You know, this is like everything is the same flow, you know, and so that is one thing that, so you have to appear to be more serious. Doesn't, you know, you just, but the language is good and therefore you can do better than that. On the international side, I think your answers were correct, you know, except that you gave too much importance to the diaspora. The diaspora comes after oil, right? So if there was no oil, there would have been no diaspora. So particularly, we are talking only about the Middle East. So that you have to be careful. Well, you say you are adaptable. I don't know what you mean by it. They may ask you, you know, what is adaptability and in which way. So I don't know whether
to perform a number of roles.
Multitasking.
Yeah. Not even multitasking, sir. Maybe one task at a time, but different assignments which need different types of skills.
And the IPS and the others. I mean, are you saying that you are not good for the IPS? Is that what you're saying?
No, sir. I am better for the IAS. That's what I'm saying. Maybe.
No, but that's a tricky position to take, you know, because both are equally important. Foreign service, you can say, I don't want to live abroad, you know, that kind of argument. But between IAS and IPS, to say that, you know, I'm not suitable, I mean, that sounds a little bit because you want the IAS, that's why you're saying it, you know. So that is, and the other thing, of course, these numbers of, you know, good points about, you may say, what is good point about execution? You may say assassination. You will have come out with 3 points immediately, is that? Because when there is something bad, why should you create good points? Just because he is asking you, isn't it? Has corruption got any good point? Because you thought it was your duty to find 3 good points.
Yes, sir.
So I think that is carelessness, perhaps. And also, when you say you are tourism director, then you are not bothered about somebody's health. You are not bothered about you know, whether they get good food. You want more people to come. That is your priority. That is the trick there, you know.
Sir,
If you are,
they ask about 3 points.
no, I know. So that's what you should be careful about.
You should not be able to find any good point.
You are unable to find. See, that brings out your personality. You have zero tolerance for corruption. I am unable to come up with anything good about corruption. That sends a message, isn't it?
There isn't any good thing about corruption, because speeding up, it is not a good thing that you have to be corrupt in order to speed up something, or to rotate money. The money will rotate by itself. You don't have to be in legitimate way. So you are good, but a bit more serious, bit more deliberate in your answers.
I belong to Kottayam. Is there a better way of putting it?
No, in fact, that should be cut out.
That
You are not
belong,
I don't know if I am
You can
UPSC
just-
chairman. I won't know where
Yes.
Kottayam is. And Kottayam and all that is not required really.
Right, and if at all you're using it, better one would be I'm from.
I am.
I'm from Delhi.
I was
I'm
born, you can say.
Yes.
That will be better.
But that belong
But
is.
that's not relevant. Kottayam, they know you are from Kerala, that's enough. You know,
But don't give unnecessary
because there's no
information.
time available. No? You have to emphasize the good points about you, and in that you should not lose time on telling your mother's name or your school's name, etc. That you have to be just, because they'll always ask you about something about yourself. So you prepare 4 or 5 sentences very sharp, very precise, very revealing about you, and that's what you should
And
do.
when madam asks you about to tell 2 extraordinary qualities, I mean, that you have to be a civil servant, that was a golden opportunity to hit a sixer. She was giving you a very clear bouncer. So, you utilize those opportunities that comes in your way during interview and take the interview to the next level. I mean, you could have unraveled a very beautiful facet of your personality. And don't miss those opportunities.
Yeah, you can highlight your strengths and skills. And
Every question is an opportunity. See, again, when the question about enforcing vegetarianism was asked, see, there's something hidden behind that question, isn't it? There is a current discussion going around enforcing something on food habits, be it vegetarianism or be it prohibition of alcohol. All these things are related to your stance. What kind of stand you have? Are you a liberal? Are you an extremist? Are you a ultra orthodox person? You are told to enforce vegetarianism, you straight away start enforcing it, fine. But given an opportunity to represent the government, the first and foremost thing which you should have said is that I think this is not practical. So, and it doesn't suit the freedom to have your choicest food. Let not the state get into it. This is something which you could have immediately highlighted, and that brings across your personality. That shows that you are a liberal. And again, as sir mentioned, 3 good points on corruption is not expected from you. Judicial appointment committee, that is being discussed so much in the newspapers. The hearing is going on at a tremendous pace, and what is transpiring in the court, it's all being reported. So there is a talk that the government might go to the court and try to get a writ of mandamus, and the mandamus can be issued even by a high court against the Chief Justice. It's quite possible, because the law is there, still it's there, it's not stayed, it's still in operation, and if someone refuses to cooperate, legally he is bound to cooperate. So these are all, this is not ultra legal thing, it's not at all a complex legal thing. It's there in the newspapers for you to know. Demonstration on roads, that's also something that case came up from Kerala, so you should be knowing it much better. The right to express, right to associate, all those things against right to somebody to move around. So these are 2 constitutional rights. How to take them together, you read about that a bit more.
Okay, Vivek, you can make it with a little more effort. So do a little bit of practicing in front of the mirror, how you speak. That will help.
Did you appear last year also?
Yes, sir, I appeared.
I have interviewed you somewhere.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So you went for the interview
Yes,
last
sir.
time. What went wrong?
Sir, my interview was not good enough to overcome my low marks in
Writing
sociology.
papers, written papers.
Yeah, how much marks did you get
160, sir.
out of?
275.
270.
So we are giving you higher marks this time. Okay, we are giving you 200. So let's see whether you make it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Vivek.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All the best.